Ear. I
What's
try not to
good?
get.
Back at it again. Episode 3.
Yeah, this will be episode 3. I try not to get too close to the mic when we start off the fucking
Oh no,
pod.
dog. I blow it out. Pause. But
Yeah, pods.
I try. My mic's a little finicky sometimes when it comes to my audio volume. So I kind of just and I can hear myself, so I kind of just like get as close to it and then adjust my volume from there.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Sometimes
Um,
usually works out. Sometimes on the video recording it's weird. But audio, great. 10 out of 10 times. Check it out on Spotify.
yeah, I you were talking before this. Damn, dude, I don't have my Apple Watch. On my Apple Watch,
Oh,
man. I feel
yeah, so
naked.
the Apple update, yeah.
Yeah, we were
So
talking about it.
so I
I
have an 8 plus, and I have iOS 15, which
really.
yes, um,
There's no way that actually can support like, you have,
it
like,
runs.
the fidgets and everything or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called?
I use, I have widgets that,
That's what the fuck they're called.
I have 2. I have one that gives me reminders, that keeps
Mhm.
my reminders on my home screen, and then another one for my music, so I just scroll if I wanna play my music now instead of,
Ah,
having to, like, go to the app and then click on my playlist. Now it kinda just shows my playlist, and I just click on it, and it basically, like, starts up. 9 out of 10 times I'm wearing my AirPods too, so, like, the music just cuts on.
no, that makes sense.
So the with iOS 15, we were talking about all like the do not disturb settings now. You can have like a personal, so you have different focuses now. You have do not disturb, you have personal, you have work, and you have sleep. So like and you can add new focuses too.
I might put the
Um
work one in, honestly.
yeah, you should. I started using the work one and actually I became like way more productive, like high key,
Mm,
because I'm like not so now I have 2 phones because I have a work phone and I have a personal phone. So, like, when I'm doing stuff on my work phone, sometimes I'll get bored and wanna put it down and grab, like, my personal phone. But when I put it in work, I don't get, like, any notifications anymore because all the work stuff I have to do, if people need to contact me for work, they contact me on my work phone. So basically, like, I don't get any text messages, any notifications. That's why sometimes we'll go like 3 or 4 hours without texting. It's because literally, like, I put my phone down. I'm like, fuck it.
y yeah, that would be nice to do, but now that I'm thinking about it, for me, store manager be texting me all the time on my shift, getting updates about the store,
So,
about, like, shipment and stuff like
so
that.
what you
Oh,
can do
I can put them on
now,
my favorites list, right?
yeah. So what you can do now is you can allow certain people to text you while you have different focuses on. So for
Interesting.
example, like my personal setting is when we're doing like D&D stuff. So like the only notifications I get are from you, our group chat, our like D&D group chat,
Mhm.
Hannah, just in case for emergencies, and that's it.
Nice.
So I only have like three people, I guess, like three um
Things.
yeah, like three things that actually get pushed through. Other than that though, basically all of my notifications are turned off.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So you
I might do
could
that.
you could go and put yourself in work mode and then just keep like other store managers or like your general store manager and stuff like that. You could just keep them on. So that way those text messages will get pushed through. And then you'll still be receiving text messages from other
Mhm.
people. You just don't get the notifications for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um
Damn,
so
that's
it's
not a bad
nice.
idea.
And there's another one for driving as well. You
Yeah, I
can
just set that one up real quick while I noticed that because I'm bad with it, especially with my music. But sometimes with my music, my fucking side clicker for to skip the songs and stuff doesn't work. So I'm like, damn, bro. So it's either touch this big ass screen or go on my phone. Or honestly, what I should do is just listen to the fucking song all the way through. But a lot
no,
of '90s hip hop that I listen to or, like, the soul and R&B music that I listen to have that fucking 30, 40-minute outro, the instrumental, and someone just
yeah.
barely
Or a
talking over
skit
it.
or something.
Yeah, exactly, I'm not always trying to hear that. But so that's why I wanna put the driving one on, so I might do that for work too. And then for D&D, I just the only time I really use my phone for when we're doing D&D is for, like, a calculator.
Mhm. Or
so
if
I
you
can.
text us some like backstory that we forgot or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna try to do that more on Discord or like giving you guys actual like notes and like a picture of a note instead of me just telling you guys what is on the note,
Mhm.
so you guys can read it to each other. But yeah, that's dope. I need to go through and find some of the other features that were messed around with. I saw while I was driving this morning to go get breakfast, the map look updated. Like a lot of things
Mhm.
were more bold and stuff like that. So that was nice.
Well,
It was a lot easier to read.
yeah, that one I don't know too much about because I don't use Apple Maps. I use Google
Mhm.
Maps like 95% of the time. The other
If
5% I
it's
use Waze
No, if it's
because I don't
local,
like Google Maps.
yeah, if it's local, I use Apple Maps. But if I'm going, like when we go to Philly, I'll be using Waze for
Yeah,
we all
Waze is
everyone
nice.
knows what feature to use
Oh,
Waze
yeah.
for.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like you know why you use Waze. Come on now.
Waze is nice, but I feel like Waze has its, like, episodes. Sometimes it'll just, like, stroke out, and you're like, "Waze, what are you doing?" Or, like, for me, sometimes Waze, like, won't grab the satellite, so it
Oh
doesn't,
yeah,
like, know where I am, and it's just, like, calculating route, and it just does it the whole time, and then I'm like, "Cool, thanks, Waze." Like, I'm, like, literally mid-drive, I'm like, "I only need you, like, right now. Thanks, like, I really appreciate you."
yeah. I've had that. We've had that a little bit when we've been traveling, but our biggest issue with Waze has been when it's like, oh, this stop ahead, or like car on the side ahead, and then when we get to there, nothing is
There's
there.
nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also because it's reported by other people on the trip on Waze. That
Mhm.
was probably reported 3 to 4 hours ago.
Yeah, for
And if
sure.
they said there was a speed trap there, the cop could have gotten a call, could have moved, could have pulled someone, or the car on the side could have gotten towed, could have gotten picked up, whatever,
Or
you
what
know?
they're doing in Norfolk, there's just an empty car there.
Oh, dude, I think it was 2 nights ago, random traffic, awful story. Me and Alexa were coming back from something. I can't remember what, but we were stuck in traffic, and this homeboy in front of us, like, I don't know who it was. I couldn't see if it was a dude, a dog, an alien, a female. Like,
A
I couldn't
dog.
fucking see. Everything was so tinted, but they weren't pulling up to the car in front of them in traffic. So for a while, at first, I was like, okay, it's like 2 car spaces. I lightly pressed on the horn. He pulled up forward, no problem. And then the second time it stopped, I was like, all right, let's see. It was like 2 cars. I'm like, all right, I honked last time, benefit of the doubt right now. So I had to pull up, you know what I'm saying? Because it's traffic and
Pull up.
it's Virginia Beach. So I'm close on almost like next to this dude, like right behind him. And he literally doesn't move and just all these cars are going in front of him and everyone's honking at us. And then this old family rolls down the window, starts yelling at me and Alexa. And I go, hey yo, I go, look forward. It's this dude's fault. Don't fucking honk at us. Talk to this dude. And the old guy was like, oh, okay. Looked at the window, looked at the car next to us as he pulled up and then rolled up his window. I was like, you fucking pussy, bro. You yelling at us
Literally.
when it's not even our fault. So that just was so annoying.
Bro, the
Um,
true Jersey in me, honestly, would have just kept slamming on the horn every time. I remember one time we were driving together. I told you to hit the horn because we were on terminal where that left turn is
yeah,
and
yeah,
through
yeah,
the
yeah.
train tracks. So we were in the left lane and we were literally sitting there and the person in front of us wasn't going and the light was, and I literally reached over and tapped on the horn and you were like, no, 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 no. You're like, don't do that.
It's like there
Don't
ain't
touch,
no reason to
don't touch
fucking
my horn.
honk.
Don't do that.
I
I'm like,
remember
dude,
that.
we gotta get him going.
Um,
And Hannah's the same exact way whenever she's driving, I'll be like, "Dog, honk on the fucking horn. Like, get them going." She's like, "That's so rude." I'm like, "What do you mean? We're all driving. This motherfucker in front of us is on his phone, like texting at a light. It's like, come on, man. It's we gotta skedaddle. Like,
literally. Like, so what ended up happening was is some dude like got way past us, realized what was happening, hopped out of his car and ran to the car in front of us. Because I was trying to like Alexa was like, "You have to get over," and I was like, "I can't get over. I'm too close to the car in front of me, or I'm gonna hit him." So I was gonna have to back up in the middle of traffic and get over somehow. Couldn't do it. So this one random dude, the hero, walks up and knocks on the window once and points forward, and then the dude starts driving. Like, what the fuck were you doing this whole time? While a whole
Well,
bunch of
that's
people
what
were
I'm saying.
honking. Like, there's no way you were just like this on your phone and didn't notice anything, unless you're either one, under the influence. I wanted to just figure out how I could say that, but there's just many things you could be off of to cause that if you're driving, from alcohol to weed, fucking pills, anything.
You could just be retarded.
Ah, who knows what caused that? But yeah, random ass traffic story. But yeah,
All right,
back
so
to Apple 15.
to swing it back, you can I know you use your Apple Watch a lot, right? There are some
Mhm.
cool features now because the Apple Watch updated at the same time as the iPhone did. So Apple Watch is on like their iOS 8 point like 3 or something like that,
Hmm.
while the phone is at 15. And you can use accessibility controls now for your watch, and you can use different features by like closing your hand and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah. Whenever you get a second, play around on your Apple Watch and your phone and go into your like accessibility settings. You might have to look up a video because I saw this on TikTok. So you might have to watch a video to see how to like set up that kind of stuff.
I'll
But
never fall into the corruption.
it was cool to watch. No, you don't have to go on TikTok. That's just where I saw it was on TikTok.
Ugh,
But yeah, I saw on the
Chinese
video.
propaganda.
Yeah, for sure. I saw in the video the girl like closed her hand and it like opened up to the home screen and
Mm.
she like grabbed like this quickly twice. It brought up multitasking and then I think when she did it 3 times, it locked it.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was like that's actually pretty dope. That's probably something I would use. The only thing is for some reason, maybe because
This
my
motion just seems awkward for me to do a lot throughout
yeah,
the day.
just a little bit. I would see it maybe if like I was trying to do something quickly, like if I just wanted to peek at my watch and then just put it back down. Because you know sometimes you when you cover it, it like locks it.
Mhm.
But if you just throw your wrist down like this, it just stays open. And then when you
Yeah.
bump into things, you like start fidgeting with it and stuff like that. I could see it working in that situation because when you put your hand down, you could just like do it real quick. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Um, but I think maybe my watch is like kind of old or something. Like it's a Gen 4, so it's not that old because they just
The
but
Gen what, Gen 5 they just released?
no, no. I think they might be on like Gen 7 right now.
I don't know.
But I have the Gen 4, so it's not that old. Um I literally got it for my 21st birthday. Like I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Um
Yeah.
and my watch was like I tried to update it and it just like wouldn't update. It kept giving me like an error and I fucking waited so long for this update. I charged my phone, had both of them charging, and then at the end it was like, oh, error with the update, blah blah blah. I'm like, fucking dude, I'm not updating this watch then. I don't even use my watch enough to like want it to the latest update. Because I don't really like
Yeah.
right now I'm only using my watch at like work, so I don't have to be on my phone so much. So I could just flip my hand and be like, "Oh, who the fuck's texting me?" But even still, I forget to bring it like half the time. Sometimes it
Yeah.
just chills in my suitcase.
I feel that. I would like to have the Apple Watch because I be listening to music in the stock room, so I can, like, change
That,
my music and stuff off my
that's
watch
another thing
instead of being on my phone.
that's another thing I've been getting like fucked with is that my watch for some reason because it's out of sync with the updates doesn't like stick with the multitasking on my phone. So, like, if I'm listening to music and I have the music app up, when I look on my watch, the music app isn't up, so I can't control it on my watch. And when I try to do it, it like it'll go into like the Apple Music library, like the
Mhm.
overall general library, and it'll just start like shuffling songs, and it'll just give me like random music. I'm like
That
this
makes sense.
I'm like, this isn't what I want. I want my phone and my watch to be synced together. That's why that's why it's a good thing low key I'll be wearing my AirPods a lot because like my AirPods can just
Yeah,
kind of
that's
do it.
also true.
Um Shout out not Jeff Bezos.
Steve
Steve Jobs.
Jobs?
Steve Jobs.
Oh, man.
They're both old white guys, so they just look the same.
One's dead.
Anyway.
I'm kind of interested to go grab my Apple Watch. I kind of want to see what gen I have, honestly.
Yeah, we
Fucking,
could do that.
I mean, I
You
live
do
in
it
the
right
fucking
now.
studio. It's not like it's gonna take me 5 minutes to run to the other side. Damn.
Good, good. Oh my god, what a guy. At least he's not going pee. Alan has like the world's smallest bladder. Anytime we go anywhere, we took that trip down to Raleigh. It was literally like a 3-hour car ride, and we stopped twice because he had to pee. It was so wild.
Series 5. I'm a 5.
You have a Series 5, okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
you have like the generation. You have the generation like right after mine.
Yes.
I am fucking up. There you go.
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just doing a whole lot of clicking on my monitor here by accident.
Thanks. It's all good. All right.
It's okay. We're
Well,
back.
that was a little tangent about the Apple update. We'll let you know more next week if we fuck around with it any. I might.
We could
I'm always interested in
jump
the
into a
Apple update.
different
I'm trying to
tech
cover the
product.
McDonald's logo with my big ass hand
It's
as best
fine.
as I can.
It's literally fine. It doesn't matter. Uh, YouTube doesn't strike any visual copyright unless you like actually like point it out and say, that you're like sponsored and stuff like that. Plus, their thing is like mainly music, so
Hmm.
it doesn't really matter. Um, Jumping to a
Oh,
different tech stuff. PlayStation all set up.
yeah, Adam finally got
I've,
his PS5 in last
I
night.
haven't
That shit
gotten to
was
play
dope.
it yet though, which kind of sucks because GameStop fucked me. Like we talked about in the last episode, I ordered 3 games. I ordered 2K, Far Cry, and Spider-Man. None of them came in the mail. Thank you, GameStop. Really appreciate it.
Again,
But
I'm on the side of it's not GameStop's fault. I think it's
I don't care.
FedEx's
I'm gonna blame
fault.
GameStop.
I think it's FedEx. GameStop's gonna give you your money back. You need to contact GameStop and actually talk to them.
See, that's a lot of work. I mean, I'll do it because I want my money back. And it wasn't even that much money. It was like, so 3 games ran me like $70. It's
Yeah.
not even that much money. Because they had a deal going on for Black Friday. And that's when I ordered the games because I bought the PlayStation the Wednesday before Black Friday. So the day before Thanksgiving, I got the PlayStation.
Yep.
Which is pretty lit. Um,
Came pretty
but
quick, honestly.
yeah, and it got here super quick. It got here in a week and a half. And they
That's
originally
about
told me
how
it was
long.
going to be a solid 2 weeks, like maybe 2.5, because they said December 16th. So I was fully prepared. I was like, all right, cool. I'll wait 2.5, 3 weeks, whatever. I mean, it they don't even they have like a shortage of these fucking graphics cards right now. So just the fact that PlayStation is still putting these out is like a fucking miracle. Same thing with Xbox. Like the graphics cards
Yeah.
that be going into these, they're straight out of manufacturers from China, and they've got to get imported here. So
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. The PS5 is dope though. I've loved it so far. I can't wait for there's a few games that I'm kind of waiting for to come out within the next couple of months. Like there's this game called Elden Ring, which is like another Dark Souls-y kind of game. But so I'm excited for that. There's this thing called Tiny Tina's Wonderlands from like Borderlands. It's not a sequel or a prequel or anything.
it's just the makers from Borderlands.
Yeah, I think it's Tiny Tina's like own game, which looks super interesting. The Hogwarts, the Harry Potter, it's like Hogwarts Legacy or something like that. It's Harry Potter open world. You
That sounds
create
pretty dope.
you create your own wizard and shit like that. I'm gonna love it.
That
It's gonna
actually
be
sounds
so
pretty
much
sick.
fun. There's a few others. Oh, Gotham Knights, bro, where you can play as Nightwing,
Oh,
Batgirl, and all
yo,
that. That's gonna come out soon.
the
Well, within
Wolverine
like
game.
2022. This was all 2022.
Yeah, the
Yeah, and
Wolverine
then
game got teased for 2022.
yo, a great game. You're not big into single player games, but you might like this one. I'm gonna get it. It's only $20 right now, but it's called Horizon Zero
Oh,
Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
And
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about that
the
shit.
second one is coming out in 2022, and the first one's only $20, and my dad played it. And low key, if my dad played the game and loved it, I'm like, all right, this is a really good game because it takes him a lot to sit down and play games now. But he 100%ed it like he did for Assassin's Creed and Dead Islands.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I know your dad's a
yeah.
big Assassin's Creed guy. which I appreciate because
huge,
I'm also a big Assassin's Creed guy.
which is so random, but it's hilarious.
Dude,
It's
but they're
like
such fun single player
they're
games.
they really are, but, like, the games he played when he was a kid were, like, Contra and Doom and Duke
Mhm.
Nukem. So just, like, the get bigger guns to destroy bigger aliens kinda games, and Assassin's Creed is nothing like
Just a
that,
straight
so
stealth game
yeah, exactly. Well, it's so funny because every time I had to watch my dad play stealth missions, it took him, like,
forever.
15, yeah, to 20 tries, and he would just always be like, "Ah, fuck stealth," and then just, like, try and run in and kill everybody.
That's what I would
It's
try to
so
do.
funny. Yep.
After there are like, because there are some certain missions in Assassin's Creed where like it requires you to be a certain distance from
Mm.
your target, and you're like trying to creep and be in that distance, but then the fucking like game mechanics
Oh, yeah,
are
fuck
like,
you.
yeah, yeah, the game mechanics are like, all right, cool, we got you in this crowd, got you in this crowd, and then the turn, and then the crowd's going in the other direction, and you're like, all right, cool, now I'm just walking by myself, just right behind this guy. He definitely won't see me, like, and then gives
Ugh.
you no cover, like no buildings, like literally nothing. He's standing there when the NPC just decides to just turn around and be like, "Hey, what the hell?" You're just like, ah, let me just run up the side of this building real quick. He definitely won't see me.
It's so funny. Um,
There's so
yeah, so
many
that's
Assassin's Creed games that fuck you like. I feel like that's a very common trend for also super hard to complete. Like, I don't
yeah.
know if your dad ever 100%ed them, but like to 100% those Assassin's Creed games are it's just mind-numbing sometimes because you have to get
No,
a
he
100.
did. You would,
Dude,
like, upgrade every city, every ship or
and
whatever,
you
like,
have to
especially in
get
Black Flag.
100% syncrasy. So you have to do all like the side objectives, all the main objectives. Yeah, you have to like build good relations with like every person you meet and stuff like that. Because sometimes they'll give you like optional stuff.
Yep.
And there's so many like idiosyncrasies with Assassin's Creed games, especially like the newer ones, like from Black Flag up, which Black Flag, great game.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic
that's my
game.
dad's favorite.
Yeah, the riding on the boats, like driving the boats, dude, that shit is so much fun. And you
Yeah, I
can
bet
take
it
down
is.
other boats, dude, it's so sick.
Um,
I want to get the newer one, Valhalla or whatever it is, but I've been turned off by the newer Assassin's Creeds because they changed
the button layout.
the button layout. Yeah. And it's not like
Um,
not really my thing.
yeah, I'm looking for, like, a role-playing fantasy game to play, and we'll probably have him on the pod at some point, homie Bam. He'd definitely be on here,
Oh
but
yeah, BAM is huge in the role playing games.
and so he's been giving me a lot of, like, advice and tips on which ones to play, and I wanna get either Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity Sin 2, but both are $60, so I'm gonna wait after this trip in the holidays to see which one I'm gonna buy, and then really dive into it. But I have, like, The Witcher, on my PS5, so I'm probably just gonna re-download The Witcher to kill that bug, and, I have this old game from the 360 and PS3/PS4 days called Bastion on Steam. Um,
Never heard of that game.
it's just another, like, fantasy role playing game, and it was really fun. I never got to finish it when I was younger, so I might hop back into it. But and I might look for anything if anything's on the Switch because going on this trip, yeah, I have Pokemon to play, but I need to be online for some of the stuff I want to do in the underground, and I won't be able to do that for 6 hours. But I guess, but you also need the National Pokédex for what I want to do, so I have to fucking grind. So
Oh man, you need all 151 Pokemon?
yep.
Damn.
Because that's when, all the other regional Pokemon start spawning in the underground, and then
Oh,
that's when you
really?
can yeah, that's when you can start getting shiny statues, and you can start, shiny hunting your all the starters a lot easier and stuff like that
I
in the
thought you just had to
underground.
beat the final 4 for all of that.
So, no, you to get the regional Pokédex, you have to I'm pretty sure from what I thought the video was saying, you have to complete the Pokédex you have now, and then you get the regional Pokédex.
No, that's pretty tough.
Yeah,
That's a good incentive actually to get
yeah,
people
I'm not
to
too
chase the Pokedex.
that's what I thought too, but I'm not too sure if that's 100%. That's just what one video said that I was watching. It says Austin John Plays is usually the dude I watch for Nintendo stuff on YouTube. Him or Shofu. Shout out Shofu. Um, but yeah, so that's just kind of stuff I've been looking for on the PS5.
I'm kind of just hyped for all the exclusives. That's mainly why I got the PS5 was just for the exclusives, and it's especially now because I have the Xbox One S, so it's not like the series, not the new one, but it's the white one that came out after the OG one. So like my Xbox One runs pretty slow, updates all the time, which kind of sucks. Two, I have Game Pass, so like literally like maybe like 70% of the games, I'd give it like a solid 60. Maybe like a solid 60% of the games that I get on Game Pass, I could just play on PC.
Yep.
So like essentially
Damn, that's crazy.
at this rate, I just play Game Pass on PC. There are some games though that I still play on my Xbox, like MLB The Show. Well, actually, I could get that on PlayStation now because I was a PlayStation exclusive at first before they broke their deal with Sony.
Damn,
Um,
who has been telling you this for the past?
Yo, mama, that's it.
That's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
there are still some Xbox games that I want to get. Like
Yeah,
I have Halo Infinite right now.
yeah. I really want to play the new Halo.
Playing it on the Xbox actually is better in my opinion than playing it on PC because
But you're also not like a PC.
Xbox.
You weren't like a PC gamer though, as a kid
That's
or
true.
anything.
I have been trying to make the switch though because I've been
True.
trying to play a lot of games on P. We play Back for Blood and I play on PC and
That's true.
I'm slowly learning how to like maneuver my hands and stuff like that because I've never had to make like the stretch for like the 1, 2, 3, 4 from like the
Yeah.
WASD position or like stretch onto the shift because I when I type I don't use my whole hand. I only use like 3 fingers like this. And then whenever I need to hit the space bar, I just use my thumb.
Yeah.
So I
Also,
claw the keyboard. I'm like this.
it
So now it's
helps
teaching me how to use my whole hand.
for mouse and keyboard. You can just always change keybinds. So if I really need to, I just go through and remap the whole keybinds to how it fits my hands naturally on the keyboard.
I try to do that and then sometimes I forget what the keybinds are because I change them. So like I'll make an assumption. I'll be like, oh yeah, this is definitely like a 1 or a 2. And then I click on, I'm like, oh no, I switched that to tab. Fuck.
That's only happened to me a few times. I remember when I was first playing Overwatch and I was doing it, I kept accidentally like not reloading, but casting my first ability instead of firing or some shit like that.
Mm.
I fucked up my keybinds real bad when I was first playing Overwatch. But to get off like this just the straight gaming topic. Um Last time I was chilling with the homie my boy Malik, we were talking about it a little bit. Um, and we went to this place. Well, we went to this restaurant called Quirks because his girl is vegan and they had vegan options and they got dank food. Like Alexa and I got like chicken wings to start off with. They were like Korean barbecue style, bro.
Ooh, nice.
So dank. And then I was like hungry, but I didn't this fucking fruit fly again, bro. I'm not dealing with this shit today. Um so we got the Korean barbecue, and then I didn't realize we got done eating them, and Alexa was like, "Yeah, I only had 2 of those." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, you had 8 out of the 10. I only had 2." And I was like,
Jeez.
my smacked ass said, "That's why I'm so full. I thought I only had like 5."
Yo, I thought those wings were just fat and I thought they were filling me up.
So I wasn't like hungry because I was gonna get a burger. But then Malik got this like big ass thing of chips and cheese for his side to start. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I just want some chips and cheese. So I just crushed some wings and a big ass thing of chips and cheese. And then we went to Apex. We were gonna do an escape room, but they're all booked up. So then we just did some black light mini golf and took some shots at the tequila. So it was fun.
Black light mini golf.
Yeah, it was fun. Um,
Revolutionary.
we did boys versus girls, so it was me and Malik versus his girl and Alexa. So that was fun. I was in the lead for most of it until I just took the strategy of someone at some point these were getting too complicated on where you had to figure out to hit them. Someone had to go first and someone had to hit the ball as hard as they fucking could to see what would happen if it hits an obstacle. So I was that man and I was the test dummy. So
Fuck it, that would be me too.
yeah, I had to sink a few holes, but Malik carried us so we still ended up winning. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I bet that'd be
Um,
nice at mini golf now that I've been golfing.
it's
My putt game's pretty good.
yeah, Apex is kind of sick though, so I wish we went there a little bit earlier. But Alexa got off at 8, so we just had a good time, so I can't complain. But downstairs is a huge ass arcade, and then it has a bowling alley like down in the back.
Is
And I
this in
drove it.
DB?
Yeah, this is in town center.
Really?
Yeah, so
I didn't
Quirks.
know this existed.
Yeah, Quirks is oh god, I don't know exactly where it is, but the best way to describe it is you wouldn't know these stairs, but
Probably not.
other local people know these stairs at Virginia Beach Town Center. Everybody takes their fucking prom photos at these goddamn white stairs that are like huge and like escalating and lights and shit everywhere. But it's near. I just hit my pop filter. Hopefully that doesn't pick up on the mic.
It did.
Nice. So it's right near there, and then we just walked because town center, like fucking this parking garage is right here, and then Apex is right here, like right where you enter. It's where the old Dick Sporting Goods used to be, if you remember way back. I
Mm,
don't know if that was gone before you came down here, but yeah, there
could have
used to be
been.
an
Yeah, I
old
don't
Dick
really.
Sporting. There used to be an old Dick Sporting Goods there, and it got changed to Apex. But yeah, bottom floor all arcade and bowling. Yeah, I almost said bowling ball, but it's just the word. The sport is bowling,
Nah, the
and
bowling ball.
and a couple bars down there, and then upstairs is they have like sports simulation cabins, which are dope. So there's like golf, basketball, football, basketball, simulation,
Dude,
axe
this sounds
throwing.
sick. We're gonna have to go next time I come down.
Yeah,
This sounds dope.
we'll make a whole day out of it, so we can go do stuff and reserve things. There's axe throwing, there's a ropes course, there's go kart, escape rooms, and then the mini golf. So
This
I
sounds
definitely
insane.
would. I want to do the go karting in the arcade for sure because there's some dope ones. They have like stuff with, like VR helmets and like there's one
Dude, I
thing.
love VR.
There's this one thing called a hollow stage, and it's like it's like a VR game where you're help running like a ship and like you're flying through space and shit like that. So it's a
I
four
think I've
player
heard of that
thing.
actually.
Yeah, it's really dope, honestly. So us four, like
Dude,
our squad.
I'm trying to convince my dad to get me an Oculus headset because
Dog,
my computer can run VR. Like I was fucking around and like was entertaining the idea with Hannah's brother because he has a Oculus, and I
don't
was
do
like,
it.
"What kind of graphics card do I need for this?" He's like, "Do you have a 1060?" And I was like, "I have a 1066." He's like, "Yeah, you can run it then, fine." And I was like, "Let's go." He's like, "Can you overclock
Don't
your GPU?" I was like, "Oh yeah, baby, yes I can." He's like,
don't
"Oh yeah, you'll be set then."
don't fucking do it. Don't waste. Don't make your
Dude, it's so much fun. We played it. We played it at
dog,
Thanksgiving.
you're gonna play it like 3 times and then put it
No, I'm gonna
yes, you're
play it
literally
so
you know who
much.
you're gonna pull? You know who you're being like right now?
What?
Who's someone that got an Oculus Rift headset and only played it 3 times when we lived in the bodega? Don't play this game with me.
Dude, I don't know.
Don't play this game with me.
Hey man, I fuck with it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm on the PC kick too. I might get a whole desktop and everything. Fuck around with this new money I got.
Oh god,
Got a
dude.
little extra change in the bank account. I don't know how to act.
That's what I was about to say, bro. Big boy money make you act up, I guess,
Yeah, the
bro.
big boy man money made me act up. You know who's not getting money now? Unfortunately, though, those motherfuckers at Kellogg's. That's
What a fucked up transition, bro. That's fucked up. I'm telling
I
my
mean,
Kellogg.
it's a fucked up situation. I
I'm telling
mean,
my homies at Kellogg's you said that.
that's all right.
I'm calling them right
They're on the
now.
unemployment line, and I'm not. So,
That's fair.
but
Um,
shout out Reddit because a Reddit user I was reading this morning, he programmed a bot to submit bullshit applications into Kellogg's.
hey,
So like he literally like single-handedly flooded their HR server because
that's
he was
hilarious.
because anytime basically anytime we tried anyone would try and submit a an application, it basically like bumps their application and just sends in a
That's so funny.
yeah. So he just like they're not all heroes wear capes. You know what I mean?
No,
This man
100%.
certified goat. It is a super fucked up situation. For people who don't know, basically, the Kellogg's. They're on strike, and the union, the workers' union that they're in, backed them, and Kellogg's fired them all.
Yeah, so
Like
I will.
crazy. And actually, I just read this strike's been going on since October.
Yeah. So I watched a video, and one of the big issues is one of the contract. I can't remember what exact contract, but a contract came up between, I guess, the workers and the management or the higher
Yeah.
ups, the CEO.
It's
Um,
like the workers' union and just Kellogg's as a company as a
yeah.
whole because they're contracted through the union. So
So Kellogg's basically was upset with the amount of pay that the employees were receiving, but the employees were arguing that they're working 7 days a week, and they're working usually somewhere to between 8 to 12 hour shifts. And if someone misses the shift the next day, they have to stay and make up that day. So if they aren't working so much, their pay is not as high. And not just that, they wanted to slowly take away like vacation days and time sick days and stuff like that, and their pay was not going to be as good, and taking away benefits for transitional employees. And so what transitional employees would be are for new employees that aren't that tenured veteran, until where they're like an actual employee with benefits and sick days and time off, so they can just hold all these new employees over in this transitional phase with no extra pay, no benefits, no days off, stuff like that. And so
yeah,
they went on strike.
it's basically like the
Oh, Adam dropped from the call. So I'm still here, and he's back. He's back.
technical difficulty song.
He's
Is
back.
the
He's
tech.
back. See, it's so funny that the audio is gonna have that in, but the video.
The video will have it. It'll just be a blank screen for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
So I yeah.
It'll have me talking over it too, so we're good.
No, it'll have me talking over it because I just keep
Oh,
talking when it happens.
you dropped out of Discord,
Yeah.
so
So
um
it dropped your audio and keeps all my stuff. So like it's just
no, and
me,
Crag, god
Crag.
damn it, your D&D character. Craig's
Oh
our
yeah,
Discord bot,
Craig will pick up your
who's in
voice
the
actually, you're right.
server. Yeah,
Craig will pick up
he
your
records all our
voice.
things.
Craig will pick up your voice and OBX will be picking up mine.
There we go, it all works out.
Yeah, so we have two sides. And the on mine though, all you'll be hearing is technical difficulties song. Um but the strike with Kellogg's is honestly like the tale as old as 2021.
Time. Yeah.
Like the
Oh, I said time, but
or time, both
I
really,
mean,
especially in
this
this
is just
country.
a typical union versus,
Big
company.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like like honest to God, the only reason it hasn't happened to Amazon is because Amazon doesn't allow unions. They don't contract through unions and stuff like that. So that's why it never happens at Amazon. People do strike against Amazon though.
Doesn't go through.
And Amazon and yeah, nothing ever happens. Amazon always fires the employees and they always just rehire and nobody bats an eye because that's like Amazon's thing. Like their
Yeah.
turnover is so high that like nobody really cares. But the thing that makes Kellogg's strike so notable is that it's over 1,400 employees
Yeah, not just
all at
that.
one time.
A lot of these employees are it's legacy. So their dad worked in the Kellogg's factory for 30 years, and now they've been working in the Kellogg's factory for 15 and 20 years, and you're just gonna fire these people? Like that's so fucked up.
Yeah, and it's honestly like it's yeah, it's a tale as old as America, honestly. Government doesn't want to bump wages. Big companies don't want to bump wages. There's no incentive for them to bump wages other than the basically the biggest resource they have, which is labor.
Yep.
And now they're probably going
In
to get
labor
sued by
will.
this union, more than
Well, not
likely.
just that, but like the thing that sucks is people are always gonna want. I guess not now because there's a labor shortage, but there's always people willing to work. You know what I'm saying? So if someone does go on a strike like this, like people in the city, um, will still come and fill out applications and still try and get jobs and take it from these people. You know, or not take it because they think the job's open type shit, but dog eat dog world, I guess, huh?
Yeah, facts. I mean, also at the same time, it's like the reason why one of the big reasons why there's the two big reasons why there's like a labor shortage is one, people are still kind of coasting off of um like government funded, um, how should I word this?
I mean, a lot of people are still on unemployment.
Yeah, exactly. Like government funded institutes, like things that they put in to help people
Mhm.
who can't find jobs and stuff like that. But also at the same time, it's these big companies don't want to pay people an adjusted livable wage. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything, the price of everything's gone up, especially inflation or the I was just reading the Federal Trade Commission, they saw inflation rise more since I think it was like World War II or something like that. So like the amount of inflation in the past 3 months has gone up almost 5%, which is almost like unheard of. That's why everything when you go to the store seems like so much more expensive.
Mhm.
And it's like, dog, if you're gonna raise we have this much inflation, then you have to pay people more. Like that's the only way that people are gonna actually want to work and stuff like that.
100%. Yeah,
Either that or you get some kind of, like, specialty, like, you go and get a trade, or, some people you go to college, you could get a higher
or
education,
drug
but
dealer.
then or a drug dealer, yeah, the easy way
Yeah,
out. Or you get a higher education, but that's not always, the
for
path for
everyone.
people. Yeah, because we both seen people come in and out of college because they think they can do it, and then after year 1, they're like, "Nope."
Hell, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it at some points, bro.
I didn't
College
think I
is
was gonna be
fucking
able to
hard.
do it either.
I don't. College is hard. Even like any higher learning, in some ways, are hard. It's going to push you and teach you in different ways. But two things I wanted to bring up that were kind of off topic, but within the same vein. A store in a Starbucks store, I think in either New York or California, is the first store to unionize for Starbucks. Just got announced
Hmm,
recently, so that's dope. Good for them. Get your rights as a worker. You deserve them. Um, don't work at a place that's not going to pay you right. Just gonna say that
facts.
now.
Know your
Um,
worth for sure.
100%. And the second thing is that Virginia just released a bill and announced it a couple of days ago or about a week ago when I was talking to my store manager saying the minimum wage will be increased by $1 from every year from now on.
Let's go. Clap it up. Good
Mm.
job, Virginia. Very progressive.
So I was
Hell
talking to
yeah.
her and I was like, what does that mean for us? Because Vans do percentage based gaps between positions. And she was just like, nah, we'll see. And I was like, ah, cool.
They'll
Yeah.
more than likely
They probably won't
Vanity
have anything now.
yeah, more
Once
than
the
likely
minimum
Vanity
wage
Fair.
matches
Uh
what the associates is getting paid, is that's when it's
exactly.
gonna matter.
And I remember you told me a few weeks ago that they're bumping up the wage for the associates anyway. Or
Yeah,
did that already happen?
that already happened. That happened when I got my ASM position.
Yeah,
So I
so they're bumping
had
it, and so what would the wage be as of next year? I guess because I don't know what the minimum
I
wage
think
is
it's
in
10.50 now, so it'll be 11.50. Um, but yeah, I was the
nine
percentage.
fifty.
No, I got it got. Oh, is it
Oh,
9.50? It got
it
changed
is
to 10.50
now.
this
It
past
is.
year.
It is now 9.50. The new minimum wage in Virginia increased to 9.50 on May 1st, 2021, up from 7.25 the previous
Yep.
year. So
Yeah.
they bumped it to 2.25. Wow, that's crazy.
Um, so yeah,
Good
if
on Virginia.
or it happened, I had a pay increase in my full-time supervising role. I had a pay increase for about a week and a half, and then I hit my ASM pay, which was nice. So that first paycheck was a little fat. Can't even remember what I spent that shit on. Probably food. Probably a whole lot of food. Um,
And speaking about getting money, MLB right now is in a lockout.
Yo, you're on a Segway roll today,
Dude,
bro.
I'm
You're
just
killing it,
Segway
man.
king. Yeah, I
You're
got you.
killing
Don't
it.
worry, man.
Um,
MLB is in a lockout. Like we said, it's tale as old as time, always with the money. But with the MLB, their lockout now is with the MLB Players
mhm.
Association and the actual league. But Rob Manfred, the president of the MLB, huge dick, just terrible guy, terrible president. Um, Adam Silver will be the best commissioner of any league.
Yeah,
Um,
shout out Adam Silver.
Shout out Adam Silver for sure. And basically, the league, the MLB, they pretty much put the players on a lockout, not the other way around. Because last time this happened was about 20 plus years ago, where the players were in a lockout. They locked themselves out from the league
MLB
because
lockout. MLB
yeah,
lockout.
because they wanted to. It's all about contracting,
Yeah.
money, how they're getting this money. Because in the MLB, even though they have guaranteed contracts, they get paid per game. That money isn't guaranteed during the off season because they're not playing.
Hmm.
So basically, they're practicing, they're playing scrimmages, they're doing all these things, but
For
nobody's
free.
getting paid for free. Basically, yeah, because the facility is shelling the resources so that they can do all these things. And that's basically like their logic is that, all right, we're shelling this out to meet like the status quo so everybody can stay up to date so people can get their money and blah 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 blah. But the league locked out the players. Um and right now nobody's getting paid. No players are getting paid. You
I mean,
can't
no
sign
games are
free.
getting played though,
Yeah,
so
no games are
they
getting
wouldn't
played
be getting
anyway.
they wouldn't be getting paid anyway.
Exactly. The thing is that they'll get paid sometimes during spring ball when they play scrimmages and stuff like
Mhm.
that in like February. They'll get paid for those a per diem. So like they'll get paid a set amount so they can just live their lives. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lot of these guys, and another thing the MLB does is that they like to funnel money into like younger players. So that way when they're older, they have less incentive to ask for more money because they got so much money when they were younger, which is kind of like which is kind of a fucked up thing because as you get older and you're trying to like maintain this kind of lifestyle, if they start paying you less, then you have to basically adjust with that. Which is like, that happens to everyone, but it's even worse when you're making millions and millions of dollars. You know what I mean? That's why players go broke. So that motherfuckers file for
Um,
bankruptcy and stuff.
so I would agree in a certain way with that statement. I feel like for the high all-stars, the MLB players like that, all have endorsement money and other things coming in, not just through baseball. I think the scariest situation for the lockouts are like essentially like the role players of baseball and like the
Yeah, for sure.
people who are riding the bench and stuff like that, to where they're only making like 400. It's still a lot of money, but they can only make like 400K, 500K, 600K, whatever, based on their contracts. So that's pretty
Yeah,
scary. Okay,
for
random
sure.
question I thought of thinking about this lockout. Just like the NBA played in the NFL game, a little scrimmage football game against each other, who
Mm.
from MLB would you want to see on a football field?
Oh
My first
man.
thought, Aaron Judge as a defensive end. He's slow as a bitch, though.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Aaron Judge is slow as a bitch.
Um, I don't know,
Or Aaron
dude.
Judge on a basketball court, honestly.
I think I'd want to see like Mookie Betts as like a receiver
Oh, facts.
because he
He's
just
quick as
and
fuck.
Jose Altuve because they're
Mm,
just or Correa. Any of those guys, they're quick as fuck, man. Seeing them on a football field running
that'd be
routes,
smart. That'd be dope.
it would be wild. But the thing is that they're undersized even for receivers. Like, because I
Yeah,
mean,
they're like,
you'll have some receivers who are like 5'9", 5'10", right? Like, isn't Tyreek
uh,
Hill only like 5'10", 5'11"?
yeah, yeah, you got some slot receivers like that, just some speed guys that are somewhere in that range.
But then you have like the other side where you have like Gronk, who's a tight end, and he's like 6'8".
Fucking huge. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like huge. I think I'd want to see like any kind of pitcher as a quarterback. That'd be kind of hilarious, seeing how far they could bomb such a
Or a really good
different shape.
outfielder.
Yeah, or like Stan, seeing
Mm.
like Stan trying to throw a football or something like that.
Because I
Since
think
they like,
Kyler Murray was gonna play outfield
yep,
for the A's.
no, the Cardinals. Oh no, no, yeah, you're right. No, it was the A's. Yep, you're right. Yeah, that
Um,
was to see someone like that, like a Deion Sanders type who can almost play in the MLB and play in the NFL. That shit is so wild.
that's
It's
wild.
great to be that blessed, honestly. Crazy.
I mean, Russell Wilson almost did it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that there was a story where LeBron during the MLB lockout in 2011 got a contract
NFL
offer
offer.
from the
Mhm.
was it the Cowboys?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, but
I think it was the Cowboys. He didn't accept it, but he I did read he had it framed, which is fucking
that's
hilarious.
hilarious.
to
That's
have
hilarious.
to have a potential NFL contract framed, like that's such a huge flex.
That's a flex for sure.
And speaking of the NBA, we're having a tragic season, Alan. The Sun
So the
the
transition just gonna be
the
so speaking
Celtics,
of,
yeah, the Celtics, dude, having a just
um, so yeah, I would
a
like to keep this
heartbreaking
topic short and sweet so my
season.
depression doesn't flare up.
Yeah, me too. I think we're on a
Look,
three-game losing streak.
all I'm gonna say for as of right now is we need a playmaker on the team. We need another shot creator. Um, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown can't do it all alone, but also they need to pass the ball.
Facts.
So, and Marcus Smart can't go 0 for 11. 11. I don't even think Marcus Smart should be shooting 11 times in the first half, honestly. Honestly, when we have people like JT, JB, Josh Richardson. I mean, he's a key part of the offense, but I feel like he's more like a Draymond mold. You know what I'm saying?
It's so tragic because we're the 10th seed right now.
Oh, we're a
Thir
playing team for sure. That's
yeah,
how
we're
we're
13
playing.
we're 13 and 14. It's just I don't yeah, we're on a 3 losing streak, which is
Also,
terrible.
I think we are also have been one of the most unhealthiest teams this season. I don't think we've
Probably.
really played a
I
full
definitely wouldn't
lineup.
doubt it. Jalen Brown
Yeah.
has been injured. He's had a hamstring injury for probably say like a third of the season so far. 27 games in because we're 13 and 14.
Yeah.
Probably good third of the games he's been out. Rob was out for the first few games of the season. We had Schroeder out for a little bit on it was like a day-to-day type thing. I think it was just like a resting type situation.
Yeah.
Um Jason Tatum right now has been our most consistent player playing. I think he's only missed one game this season so far.
Yeah, I think so.
He's probably been our most consistent player. Him and
Al.
Al. Yep, Al Horford. Which Al Horford's been and Marcus Smart. Um,
Shut up, Al.
Marcus Smart's really like he's really trying to carry our team though. Like he's trying to be that like playmaking guard, which I can appreciate because like
What we need,
we that's
but
what we need.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's who you are, you know?
I think I mean, he's leading our team in assists right now, so I think
Somebody has to.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's either him and right now Jason Tatum's leading our team in points and rebounds. So if it ain't Marcus Smart, it's gonna be it's either gonna be Jason Tatum or
True.
it's gonna be Schroeder or Jalen Brown. Those are the three people who are probably gonna lead our team in assists. And then
Yeah, I
obviously
agree with that.
Marcus Smart, who's always looked over for defensive player of the year, which I hate because his defense is actually amazing. He's leading our team in steals.
Mhm.
Like, and
Yeah, but he's
he's
not leading the
averaging
league in steals.
no, but he's leading our team right now. I think Lonzo Ball
Caruso
is leading the.
Alex Caruso is
Is it?
with
I thought it was Lonzo with
two
he's
point
averaging.
2.5 a game, I think, off the bench.
Oh damn! Two Bulls players who are going crazy on defense.
Mhm.
Shout out the Bulls. Two wild.
Yeah,
Three teams this year, right? The Bulls, the
I called it.
Suns, and the Warriors going crazy. Absolutely going
Yeah.
crazy.
Um, so the Bulls I called to be a regular season monster. I just want that to be known. I told Adam multiple times the Bulls are going to be good after they sign.
That's
Even
true.
after
They were your dark horse.
Before DeMar was even signed, I said that they were going to be a much better team when Lonzo was there. Because just having a shot creator and a man who can handle the ball and pass like that with Zach LaVine is one of the best shot creators. It's gonna equal if you win in games. Defense was the biggest issue, but Caruso and Ball handle that very well on their end of their end. Um, but yeah, super interesting. I just don't think they'll go far in the playoffs. They don't really have experience in the playoffs. The only one is DeMar, and DeMar was single-handedly beaten out of the playoffs by LeBron several occasions. Um, and sometimes DeMar, in my opinion, gets a little selfish down the stretch when it comes to clutch time moments. But when you have people like Vucic You have Zach Levine, you have Alonzo Ball. Like, you got to give the ball up sometimes.
So I just
So,
looked it up, and Marcus Smart is actually leading the league in steals.
oh, is he really?
He's tied with Alex Caruso at 2.2.
Ah, it's 2.2. That's what
Yep,
it
they're
is.
both tied at
2.2.
2.2, and Lonzo's at 1.7.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
so it's slow down. Oh, LaMelo is beating him, which is crazy. LaMelo has 1.9.
You hate LaMelo, bro.
I don't hate LaMelo as a player because his playing style is like the same as kind of any conventional guard, but I just hate all the hype that goes behind LaMelo. Like they literally,
Yeah.
like we watch House of Highlights. We're both subscribed to follow House of Highlights on like multiple platforms, and they like
Well,
when
they
bas
put out a graph who was the most posted of them, and LaMelo was like
yeah,
top. He was like number 5 at top
I'm
5. I
pretty
still
sure for a
take
while
Steph
they were
Curry.
joking around and calling it House of LaMelo.
Mhm.
Which is like, dude, if that's like a joke that you're having with your page, then you're probably posting about this man's too much.
Too
Like
much.
he's just doing what every other guard does. Like, we've been seeing Kyrie do it since Kyrie got into the league. I Too bad
Uh,
Kyrie's not playing anymore, which fucking sucks, but or he's not playing as of right now.
Kyrie, they're the same, but also I feel like their play style is different. Kyrie's not as big bodied as LaMelo. LaMelo's low key pretty big for a guard, I feel like.
He's like a solid like 6'6",
Yeah, and Kyrie's like what?
6 foot.
Six
I
four,
think he's like 6'3", 6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like LaMelo can put the
He's a little
clamps
bit
on someone. Kyrie, let's be honest here, he
no,
can
his defense
defend,
isn't that good.
but he's not clamping anybody up like LaMelo. But like
Yeah,
LaMelo has the same thing as Ben Simmons, in my opinion. Like most of the guards you're facing now for average height in the NBA is probably 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Like 6'2",
for sure.
6'4". There's a fuck ton of short guard kings now. You know, no short
Mhm.
kings in the NBA now. So if you're 6'6", 6'7" point guard, you already have an advantage and should be clamping up your opponent every
He's
single
like
time.
Magic, like
Yeah,
Magic Johnson. That's why he was like a defensive powerhouse. Is because he was 6'8" and
playing
fucking
point
playing the
guard.
one. Yeah.
What? Get your
And
ass on the block, bro.
Ben
Just
Simmons
like
too. Ben Simmons 6'8", plays the one, can't shoot 3 pointers.
no,
But
what happens is you trade him to the Warriors or Portland. You put him at the 3 or the 4, make his ass play defense only, and you get a championship.
dude, I bet we're gonna see some crazy shit happen because on Wednesday, like 85% of the league is gonna be eligible
Up,
for
up for trade.
yep, they're gonna be up for trade because of contract negotiations and stuff like that. So like so many moves will probably happen
Mhm.
between Wednesday and the trade deadline, which I believe is in I actually can't remember. But
It's like a week or two, or it's no, it's in.
I can't remember, but anyway, the 76ers are looking to move Ben Simmons for a top 25 player. So
Yeah.
we'll see what teams are going to get picked up in the chatters cuz the the Celtics are always in chatters. Like
Who are
literally
we giving up to get Ben Simmons?
nobody. We're
Please
not
tell me.
giving up anybody. There's literally
Jaylen
no one.
Brown, a man who we said we're not trading. Jason Tatum, a man who we said we're not trading. Marcus Smart, who we just extended. Probably not. Time Lord, who we just. If we
February
trade
6th
Time
is the
Lord,
trade deadline.
I know. Let me say this on this pod now. Let me say this on the pod now, real quick, so I can get this out there because this has been in my head. If the Boston Celtics trade Robert Time Lord Williams, I swear to God, I'll put my fucking head through this cabinet right here. This
he'll
one
go
right
he'll
here.
go full frat god and just put his head through a cabinet.
I swear to God. He's a young, possibly all-star center
For
for us
sure.
one day. One day,
Leading our team in
possibly.
blocks.
Possibly. Yeah. Like defensive monster.
Defensive
Um,
monster for sure. Also another player who gets looked over for defense. I think it's just because he's a younger player.
and he went to Texas A&M, bro.
Yeah.
The lights and cameras are not shining in Texas A&M to get really big highlight plays and stuff like that. Um, but
We'll s-
I read a fact I was on Twitter yesterday, and I think it was Shams or Woj tweeted out that you don't get too excited for the first day of the 15th because we haven't had a trade on the 15th since 2011 and that was like, God, some role player and 2 second-round picks to a team for someone. So, we'll
No,
see how
like
it
I
goes.
said, like I said, the
This year's
Celtics
this year's completely different, I
the
feel
Celtics
like,
are
for
always
sure.
in talks. They're in talks with every fucking team, every fucking year. Just every opportunity, the Celtics are always in talks. Nothing ever comes through with it though, which sucks because there are so many times where we definitely can make moves, and then other teams definitely capitalize on the fact that our team waits so long, and then kind of just like jumps in and throws a monkey wrench in, and then you're like, well, sick. There
100%.
goes that opportunity. Oh, and just a disclaimer, we're definitely getting into more sports stuff right now. So if sports isn't really your thing, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, yeah,
But
leave a
if it
like.
is your thing and you'd like to hear us talk about sports, we're going to be talking about basketball probably like a good bulk of the rest of the episode, just because right now basketball is really ramping up, especially like since Christmas is about to come up. So the
Christmas
Christmas
is gonna be lit.
games, yeah, the Christmas games are always lit. Um, I think there are some really good notable Christmas games
Mhm.
this year.
Oh, look at my
Um,
phone.
right now, the league is honestly wild. We have the Knicks and the Hawks. They're running it back from the playoffs. Maybe Knicks can get their revenge. Warriors and Suns, two top teams in the West right now. Mavericks and Jazz gonna run it back from the playoffs again. Celtics and Bucks. Um,
I'm
Houston,
terrified.
always a good ass game though. Whenever we play the Bucks, it's interesting every time. Like, what was it last year when we played the Bucks? We had Jason Tatum step back, elbow three, and then he banked it in over Giannis. You remember that?
No, that was the first. I think that was the first game in the season last year. I thought.
That's what I said. I said the game last year. Well, it wasn't
Oh,
the
I
Christmas
thought you
game
meant
last
on
year, but
Christmas Day last
no,
year.
no,
Oh,
no,
I
no.
see
That
what you're
was just
saying.
last year when we played the
No,
Bucks.
yeah, no, I'm picking what you're putting down.
It's always an interesting game, and it's
And then
especially
Lake,
interesting to see who we pair up against Giannis
mhm. And then
every time.
Lakers Nets.
Yep, Lakers Nets.
Um, we'll probably put just Smart on this because other four.
I don't know.
I'm
We
kidding.
might.
We'll put
We're definitely
Tatum
gonna
on
put
him.
Tatum on it. Yeah, definitely gonna
Honestly,
put
Tatum's
Tatum on.
pretty good defensively. Like he even said before the season he's trying to make an all defensive team like Smart. He said that I think that'll help his resume a lot. And I think it will too. I think that's if that's what he wants to prove. That and playmaking are the two big things he should work on, and he can get to MVP level real quickly. Honestly, yeah.
Speaking of MVPs, fucking Steph Curry going crazy
Oh
right
yeah, he'll
now.
probably win MVP.
Literally 6 3-pointers from beating our boy Ray Allen for most 3-pointers in the regular season.
Ray Allen cool, but also like fuck Ray Allen at the same time. You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
Ray Allen because he left us in 2011 for sure,
Exactly.
but still got to respect the man for being the best 3-point shooter of all time. Definitely got to put some respect on his name.
Is he the
I have
best
the
three
Ray
point
Allen
shooter of all
jersey.
time?
Not he won't be soon.
I mean, I don't think he is anymore.
I don't think he. I mean,
I think
it's
Steph is
debatable for
already.
sure.
Just because he has more made doesn't mean he's a better 3 point shooter. He's just played longer than Steph has at this point.
But now Steph is gonna pass him, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
because
keep playing.
his career is about the same time at this point. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like that's the. I wonder how many attempts Ray Allen has versus how many attempts Steph has, and what's the percentage of makes between the two. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
what
We
I
could def.
wonder.
I mean, we could definitely look that up.
So because like I bet you, I wonder who's taken more attempts throughout their whole season. It's probably been Steph, if anything, but I don't know. But when Ray Allen was with like the Bucks and the Sonics, bro, my man was hooping and getting up and dunking and shit like that. I mean, he was still shooting the shit out the ball. Don't get me wrong, but he was still
Steph,
attacking the paint.
Steph Curry has a .432 3-point percentage, so 43% all time. This is NBA career.
Yeah.
So he has a 43% 3-point career percentage. Ray Allen has a 40% 3-point career average. which is why that's honestly wild because that means throughout your whole career, you
You shot
take
40%.
yeah, if you only take 4 3-pointers the whole game, you're making 3 of them guaranteed.
That's insane.
Yeah. And it's like, dog, how are you or you're making 2 of them guaranteed if you take 4 shots.
Mhm.
Which is wild because the 3-point line in the NBA is like 35 feet.
And sometimes
And
Steph
you
and Claire huck it up like 10 of them things.
literally, I'm pretty sure the last game, I'm pretty sure Steph put up 11 3-pointers, which is like just like his average. And you're
How's
like,
your
dog,
arms
how?
not dead?
Yeah. And the fact everybody's probably seen the videos of Steph running. This motherfucker's just running all the
The
time.
time.
I bet that's so annoying that you just
So
guarding someone who's just running, running, run. And you're like, dog, dude, do you ever fucking chill? Like,
he he came out and said I was watching an article, and he said it's all controlled breathing. So the minute he stops moving, he's gotten it to where his breathing, he can get his heart rate down super low very quickly to regain as much stamina as he needs, and then bring it back up and go run and do what he needs to do.
let me tell you, I try to do the same thing, and that shit is so
And
hard.
hard, it's hard. I
It's
do. I
so hard.
You have to focus on. You literally have to focus on your breathing, and it's
Yeah.
kind of weird to think about. But yeah, and he does
It's a
it
good
so
thing he's a
quickly.
it, it's a good thing he's a professional because that's I
He
can vouch
said
it's so hard.
in the finals at one point, he said it was like up to 100 and something, and he got it down to like the regular 90 or whatever during the a minute timeout.
Yeah. Like it's
Like
crazy.
what?
So the average normal person, their heartbeat is anywhere between like 60s and 80s, 70s and 80s.
Mhm.
Um, and then your regular normal like racing heartbeat when you're like running and stuff like that is like in the 110, 120s. And so I bet it's probably crazy because when he's running, he's probably like in the low hundreds or
Yeah.
probably in the high hundreds, which is crazy. And then his regular resting heart rate is probably like in the 50s or some shit like that, which is crazy because that's some like Olympic level type shit. Like
Oh,
when you're just
100%.
like in the when you watch this guy play, when you watch Steph play and he's playing like 44 out of 48 minutes and he's just running all the time, you're like, dude, this guy
Truly.
must be exhausted after these games. Like, he probably like sits in the back and he probably just sits there like this, just for like a
100%.
solid, like just 10 minutes. And he just is like, just loafs out because when we were playing intramurals and I played whole games after the game, yo, it's straight like you don't want to do anything. Like it's just you just want to sit down and that's it. Just shoes off, stinky feet hanging, and you just big
Gross.
proofing. Yeah,
Gross.
just gross. And Steve Kerr has been killing it coaching the Warriors, bringing them back, especially with the young roster that they had. Just recently named USA Olympic basketball coach, and he's got Monty Williams lined up. He's got Gonzaga's head coach lined up to coach with him. Yeah,
Damn.
Gonzaga's number 2 right now.
Well, yeah, that's just an insane coaching squad already.
Baylor actually overtook Gonzaga
I saw
um,
that.
as of this week. Overtook them for the number 1 overall seed, which is
Notre Dame
crazy.
beat Kentucky last night.
Yep, and Notre Dame. Yep, Notre Dame
Notre
beat
Dame.
Kentucky. Notre Dame, bees only, big bloods. Um, yeah, I feel like the USA Olympic team, if we could get like our star players to actually want to play in the Olympics, then like with the coaching staff they have, they're going to be ridiculous. We're going to win gold, no
Mhm.
problem. Like I feel like the past Olympics, it was like a little bit of a bumpy road to win gold because
Has
we played the
mm,
preseason games and we were just kind of getting like not blown out, but like we were losing. And when you look at the team build, you're like, dude, there's no way we should be losing Olympic games. Even though I gotta say, like some of the teams we played are really good, like Australia and France. Like Australia and France actually have really good international teams. Um, but like we're the USA, you know what I mean? That's like one sport in the Olympics we like pride ourselves on. So it's like, come on, bro, get your shit together. And then there was one other coach that was named with Steve Kerr, Monty Williams, and Gonzaga's head coach, and I literally just can't. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, Steve Kerr he basically got passed down the torch from Greg Popovich
Random
because
thought: does Steph Curry have an Olympic gold medal? Because I know he has like a FIBA World Cup gold medal, but I don't think he's ever played on an Olympic
um
team.
I don't think he's played on the Olympic team either.
I know he's played on the World Cup teams and the FIBA teams, but I don't think he's played on an Olympic team.
So actually he did play on an Olympic team in 2014.
No, that's the FIBA World Cup.
Oh, they're both the FIBA World Cups. He was supposed to play in 2016 and then he backed out due to injury.
And then he didn't come to Tokyo
He didn't
because
play
he
in
was,
2020 because he wanted to spend
you
time
know,
with his family.
yep.
Which is understandable. I mean, you playing all these
2020
basketball
was
games and
hard.
shit. 2020 was a hard year for sure. Um, but yeah, Steve Kerr basically being handed the torch from Greg Popovich, arguably one of the best coaches in NBA history. Definitely up there, Greg Popovich. Steve Kerr bringing his name right along, coaching the Warriors to just do crazy things. It's good for him. Um, what other? Oh, this morning actually, I read IT. Our boy
Oh yeah, he
IT,
got
Mr.
signed to the
Fourth
G
Quarter,
League.
he got signed. He
The G
signed a
League, good
contract for the G
stuff.
League, and he's going to the G League showcase in Vegas,
Hmm.
December 19th to the 22nd. Excited to see what IT does. I mean, like I said, yeah, he's a low key like a Celtic staple, Mr. Fourth Quarter.
Yeah,
We've been
I
talking
definitely
about how
miss.
IT should be re-signed and stuff like that.
I um I definitely think he should be on an NBA team. My biggest thing is just his size and his health at this point.
But he got that surgery and his health is he's improved. He's like back to normal now apparently.
Different different when you're running pickup games and pro-am games instead of running full NBA games.
Yeah,
Different.
we'll see how he does in the G League. I mean, if he fucks it up in the G League, then maybe some NBA teams will look at him. There are definitely some NBA,
I can need him. That's
yeah,
for
that
sure.
use his play style. Because I mean, there are some real good point guards in the league right now. Um, but there are some point guards that definitely are not better than
Mhm.
even him being undersized. Like there are
I
some that
agree.
are definitely not better than him.
Agree with
Speaking
that.
of, and one of the point guards we love, De'Aaron Fox. We made a
Oh, missed
whole
the 2 free throws, bro. I was
we made
so
a whole
upset. I was
we're
so
such huge
upset.
fans of De'Aaron Fox. We like built a whole my league team around him in 2K20 or is it 21? I
20,
think
I
it's
think it
20,
was
yeah.
20. We were just
We
bored and we needed a young player, a young point guard, and we're
so
like,
we built the team around
fuck
De'Aaron
it,
Fox.
De'Aaron
Just
Fox
wild because he
is
in
so
2K20,
fast.
his speed was like a 97. So like
He's
if
the
you
fastest
have
man in the league, so it should be.
Yeah. So if you have like
I don't even think
any
Prime
kind
John
of
Wall is faster.
center, if you have any kind of center, any kind of like glass cleaning big
Rim
man,
running.
you just yeet it right to De'Aaron Fox, and he's already like three-quarters of the way down the court. And you're like, oh man, this is just straight cheese.
And if you have someone who could run with De'Aaron and either go up for a lob or go to a corner for an open shot, it's over. It's
Yeah,
over.
it's over. Yeah, unfortunately, De'Aaron Fox did miss those free throws against the Hornets. Was that last night or 2 nights ago?
Yeah, it was last night, 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which
And
Friday,
he's not
Friday
a
night.
bad shooter either, and he's never had a terrible free throw percentage. So it just sucks.
He did,
It
especially
just
against the
sucks.
Hornets, which are doing a lot better than I thought. I mean, they were my dark horse for the East. So I'm glad, they're
Miles
doing well
Bridges
because
is
I'm a
going
huge fan of
crazy.
Miles Bridges. I'm a huge fan of Miles Bridges. I
He's
think,
going crazy this year.
in my personal opinion, I think Miles Bridges should win most improved player.
Oh, 100%.
Like he's been tearing it up. It's crazy. I'm a little biased though because I have him on my fantasy league and he just be tearing it up for me. Just
Yeah,
every
see,
night he plays, he
I
tears it
want
up for me.
I have Evan Mobley on my fantasy league, so I'm like, I need my
Evan
man to
Mobley's
win.
been going
I need
crazy,
him to win Rookie of the Year, dude. No,
especially with the
I've been
multiplier we
changing
have for
around.
rebounds.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a 1.5 multiplier for rebounds. So having a player like Evan Mobley, dude, there's like when I look at the score when you beat because we played each other last week in fantasy and
Oh
you
yeah,
only beat me,
I smoked you.
dude. You only beat me by like 100. That's literally nothing.
That's a lot.
Dude, and the only reason you beat me is because twice I didn't have Joel Embiid in when he played because he was a game time decision, which
Mm.
I hate.
You should
I
have
hate.
alerts on. You should have
Dude, game
notifications
time
on, or you
decisions
wouldn't
have
have
been
lost.
game
You
time
should have
decisions
notifications on,
have
or you wouldn't have lost.
literally been
So,
shafting me.
I'm eating a W.
I'm beating AJ, right? AJ's the commissioner of our
Okay.
league, and his team, dude, his team is insane. Like it's actually, and I'm actually a little blown on. Oh, he's beating me now by 40 points. I'm so blown. But his team's insane. He's got Tyrese Maxey, he's got Cole
Mhm.
Anthony, or no, he's got Melo, he's got Carmelo Anthony, he's got Aaron Gordon, he's got Keldon Johnson, he's got Giannis, Buddy Hield. Dude, his team goes crazy. He's got DeMar DeRozan, Jared Allen.
Yeah.
He's got LaMelo, which I'm sure fucking he's injured right now, which kind of sucks. Also got Clay and D Book. Like what really screwed me also is Jalen Brown because of his hamstring injury. He's been on such a game time decision kick on if he's actually gonna play, and it just, dude, absolutely grinds my gears because
That's
he's like one of my biggest points contributor besides Joel Embiid, who originally I didn't even want to pick up because fuck the 76ers.
hey. I don't disagree with that. Um, any other sports topics you want to bring up?
um, got some notable NCAA basketball upsets recently.
Oh, that's right.
We're not huge on the NCAA basketball. We do like to watch March Madness though. Um, we're not huge on it. We probably could get into it a little bit more, but they're just so many like big name teams and so many shifting
Random
of
ass
like the
schools.
rankings and stuff like that. It's so hard to keep track of. But some good notable ones is Rutgers beating Purdue. That was a crazy one off of a buzzer beater, 3-point buzzer beater, which was wild. We talked about Notre Dame beating Kentucky last night.
Yep.
Also another wild one. Baylor moving to the number one seed and pushing Gonzaga. And what's that tall kid? Chet.
At Holgram.
What's his last name?
Holgram.
Holgram. Yep, Chet Holgram.
Homie needs to put some fucking muscle on his body before he gets into
I
the
feel like
league,
I
bro.
feel like he's gonna be like a Giannis type, where they draft him and he's gonna be like super scrawny, and then after year like 4, he's just gonna gain like all this
I
just
mean, yeah, dude's
muscle.
like 19 years old, so
Yeah, exactly. He's like 19, like 6'10", or some crazy shit like that. He plays a point forward basically.
be pointing forward to the next thing. That's been the
Texas,
thing for a while.
yeah, I feel like point forwards have definitely been a thing for a little bit. I feel like Jokic really kind of cemented the fact that you can be that point forward. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
I mean?
I would say LeBron or like LeBron really did, if anyone.
Well, LeBron's a small forward, and he always played the point, even like no matter what team he was on.
I feel like he didn't necessarily say that he was the point guard until later into his career. Yes, he did bring the
Yeah,
ball up and he did call the offense, but he wasn't labeled a point guard until I think his
when he
days
got to the
coming.
Lakers.
No, when I think his later years on the tail end of Cleveland, like when he was like the
Mm.
only one with like the Matthew Dellavedova teams, like in
Hmm.
like 2017, 2018, is when I think he started being like a point guard on the depth chart sometimes.
Yeah, I'd argue and say it was like the 2019 season when he started playing with the Lakers. That I think that's when he really cemented his point guard role because of the fact
Mm.
that at first they didn't really have a point guard,
Oh,
and
you
then
cut out.
I know, and then they picked
Oh,
up Rajon Rondo, and then
true.
eventually picked up Caruso. But then they would run with like even running with Rondo and Caruso, they'd basically have Braun bring up the ball with Rondo at the 2 essentially, and then Caruso running the 3. Running the 3. He's not
Yeah.
really running the 3. He's running the shooting guard position, and Braun's a small forward position, but Braun's the one who's bringing up the ball.
Yep.
Um, and then they had the bubble and stuff like that, and Braun kind of just being Lamicki and stuff like that. Um,
Hey, Disney. Still
um,
can't believe he made the top 75 list. I'm so upset about that. But that's another
Braun.
rant for no fucking Anthony
Oh,
Davis.
Anthony Davis. Yeah, there's
over
Yeah, that
T-Mac,
whole
over fucking Vince
Vince
Carter.
Carter, yeah.
Come on
The
now.
whole top the in my opinion, the whole top 75 thing was
I
botched a
can't
bit.
remember Penny Hardaway. I can't remember Penny Hardaway was on the top
Clay,
75 or not. Clay.
like, come on,
Hell,
man. One of the best
Kyrie
three-point shooters of
Irving.
all time. Clay, like, come on, dog. It was, yeah,
Um,
it's disrespectful for sure.
yeah,
The whole top 75 thing, I think, was botched a bit. Um,
yeah, a little
Had some
bit.
other nice, some notable NCAA upsets recently. Texas Tech beating Tennessee in
Woo!
overtime.
Sure. Watched a
Yep.
little bit of that game before I went to bed.
Bama beating Gonzaga.
You know who's
Talking about
on the
Chet
Texas
Holmgren.
Tech? Sorry, random thing. You know who's on the
Mhm.
Texas Tech team?
Who?
Did you watch that basketball show that was basically Last Chance U basketball? Did you watch
Yeah,
Last Chance U? Do you
I
know
did.
KJ Allen?
I do.
He's on Texas Tech. He transferred to
You're
Texas Tech.
lying.
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta look this. I gotta look this up now,
Heavy set dude, kind of a goof.
dude. He was nice.
Gonna go to UCLA or something at first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's going to UCA Berkeley.
he decommitted and went to
Yep.
Texas Tech.
Nice, dude. Texas Tech, I
Yep.
feel like is a good fit for him. He was a solid defensive player when he was in high school.
Yes. Yes, he was really good. But yeah, just a random thing.
No, that's awesome.
Hmm.
Ohio State beat Duke.
Oh yeah, I
When
saw that.
Yep, which is I Duke and UNC this season bit lackluster. UNC not even ranking.
Coach K's last season, right? Or did he
Yeah, I
retire
think
already?
no. This is Coach K's last season. Um, hey Connor, shout out to our G Big Connor Collins. He's a UNC fan. UNC sucks. Um, Transition a little bit into football. Army and Navy played.
Oh yeah. Well, they played today. Tomorrow,
No, no, no. They played
yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Did your
I
dad
didn't even
watch?
fucking. My dad probably did watch, but he didn't text me.
Navy beat Army
Uh,
17-13, and they were going in. They were the underdog. There was the odds picker on ESPN and everything else, and sportsbook was favoring Army to be the winner, and Navy beat them 17-13. Your Pats are insane, Allen.
I wouldn't say insane. Look, I think
Dude, they're number one in the
all
AFC
right, let me go on my tangent. Let me go on my tangent. Let me go on my tangent.
or
So
AFC East, I should say.
soapbox. I'm standing my soapbox now.
Go ahead, you got it.
Um, so the Patriots, yes, per record, are a good team. That's cool and all, but in reality, I don't think we're the number one team um in our league, in our division, in anything, honestly. Mac Jones, we won the game by running the ball 3 times. By throwing the ball three
Throwing the
times
ball 3 times, yeah.
because I think they were too afraid for him to throw it because it was that fucking windy in Foxborough. We don't really trust the man to make these deep throws or long throws down the stretch.
I
And a
mean,
lot
against
of
the
the good
wind,
even if the game's not windy, we run a lot, and I just don't think we're willing to make him like trust him to make the throws that we used to. Again, we had the goat throwing the ball for us for many of years, so we're just not used to having an unexperienced QB behind center. So
mhm.
it's new. Glad we're doing well, but
Bill Belichick picking it up real good though.
a lot of the teams we faced in the regular season that we've beat in this little game stretch that we've had have been heavily injured. Like when we played the Titans, they didn't have AJ Brown, did not have Julio Jones, and of course Derrick Henry is out. So like their main offense, their whole offense was essentially gone, and we might face them in the first round. So I don't
But
really know. If,
you beat the Bills. Y'all beat our Bills,
yeah,
and we were healthy. The only person we were missing was just Cole Beasley. I saw it. I know I cut out there. I saw it.
yeah. So yeah, true, but again, we
And in
just
that game,
ran
Mac
the
Jones only threw 9 times the whole game. Crazy.
exactly, bro.
It's
Also,
crazy.
let me get back on my
Yeah,
soapbox.
go ahead. Go.
I gotta stop starting Mac Jones at fucking QB at my fantasy league.
Who else do you have?
When the fuck am I gonna learn? All right. So in this league, it's a 2 QB league. So my first QB, Lamar, no problem. Great QB, will give me tons of points. Been out for the past couple weeks. So if I had to put Baker in my starting spot. But you know who was my backup for Baker and Lamar? Because I was like, oh, these dudes are pretty healthy. They won't get hurt that often. I had Mac. I was like, word, he's doing good. Put Mac in for the Bills game. I was like, hell yeah, it's a statement game. We need to win this game. Think about blazing. He's good. Ooh, touchdown, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Nah, didn't happen. So I gotta stop. I just can't do it anymore. My mental health when I start Mac Jones in my fantasy lineup isn't good. Isn't it's not it's deteriorating. So get your shit together, Mac. All right. I'm done on my
um,
soapbox.
it's all good. I love to see it. Um, we
Oh,
have.
also, if N'Keal Harry says he wants off the team, fucking trade him for a draft pick, please. Get this man off the team.
Oh no,
Thank
do you
you.
have Pat's drama?
No, just N'Keal Harry in the beginning of the season was like, I don't want to be on this team. I don't know what my role is here. Yeah, you fucking run block. That's what you do because you can't do anything else. You can't catch the ball. You barely run routes.
Gotta be a team player.
Mm-hmm.
You got any notable game picks for this week coming up? We got some. You guys are playing. The Pats are playing the Colts on Saturday.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and nothing that I'm like, nothing really catches my eye. Maybe the Cowboys Washington game will be good.
The Celtics
Raiders.
play the Celtics play the Bucks on Monday. That should be a good one.
Yes, I am excited for that. Sadly, I think I have to get my hair cut during that game. Yeah, I'm getting my hair cut. So
The
Monday, gonna get the
Ravens are.
haircut for the wedding.
What do you think about the Ravens are playing the Browns?
Um, I think Lamar should be back. I think he came back last week or the week before, so that should be a good game. It's in division rival. No, it's not in division. Wait, yeah, it is
Mm-hmm.
because it's the Browns, Steelers, Ravens, and oh my fucking Bengals.
Bengals, yeah.
Yep.
Another good one is the Rams and Cardinals play on Monday Night Football. That'll be
Hopefully,
a good one.
Kyler. I got Kyler on one of my fantasy teams. I need my man to snap.
Who you got? Rams or Cardinals?
Cardinals because of Kyler.
Really? I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Cardinals too. They're 10-2 right now. They've actually been putting in some insane work with D Hop still on that team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the means of throw it up there, D Hop down there somewhere.
No, it is. It's very true.
I'm telling you, and D Hop's only like 5'10" as well. Talking going back to kind of smaller receivers. I don't think he's not that big of a receiver. We've got the Bills are playing the Bucks today.
He's 6'1".
That's not that tall. I'm 6'1".
That's taller than a 5'8" person.
I said 5'10". You know, on Tinder, it's all the same thing.
See, that's something dope. I've never had a lie about my age.
Yeah, you're 6'4".
Alexa was like,
Well,
"Oh,
you don't have to lie.
you 6'4"?" I said, "Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
And
I'm gonna check
Alexa's
my
like, I'm a
license."
midget.
Fucking me.
Bills are playing the Bucks today, which I actually want to watch. That'll be at 4:25. I think that'll be a good game.
Oh yeah, I'll be at work.
Hopefully the
Dude,
Bills
me
get
on a
their shit
Sunday.
together.
This is gonna suck. I gotta mop the floor. I ain't mopping the floor. I'll goodness.
I am mopping the floor.
I was gonna say something wild, but uh, you know,
Let's see what
got some
other
work friends at work. What up? What up, my work friends that are watching this? Speaking of it,
what up,
shout
old
out
work
you.
friends?
Yeah,
I miss you guys. If I don't even know how many
shooting
of
this
my old
shit.
work friends still work there.
You got a few. You have a few. You have a few. Bravado,
Oh yeah,
Chris,
what's up, AJ? What's up,
V.
V?
Um,
They're goats anyway.
yeah,
I
Los,
fucked
of
with them from
course.
fucked with you
Ash,
guys from day one.
Ash is there, but she's pregnant, so she's not there right now. But she'll
Yeah,
be back in
taking
March.
her maternity leave.
Yeah, shout out baby. Shout out her baby. She healthy as hell. Dope mama. I don't know
If
if
you're
you even
watching
have.
this, Ash, love you.
Yeah, facts.
Congrats on your baby. She's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Um, on that positive note, honestly,
You want to wrap it up?
yeah, I think I'm down to wrap this one up. I think next time we'll be talking to you guys will probably be the holidays. I think we're gonna drop a little
Little
Christmas
holiday
content
episode.
episode to hold it over for that week because I think we're both gonna be. I know Adam for sure will be traveling, so I don't know how easily we'll be able to record. But so it's definitely something at least while the holidays are here for y'all, and I'm gonna try to be posting more on the gram to interact with you guys. So
Yep.
have a great
Holiday.
Sunday.
Have a happy holidays.
Yeah,
Stay
for the next
PC.
episode. Yeah,
Have a
facts.
happy holidays before the next episode.
All right, y'all. We'll see ya.
See ya.
See ya.